It's outside lunch day, West Ham fan to be Marshy. Not vintage performance, mate. A point to point at the end of the day.
Yeah, I think we've got to take that. I think after such a good first half, it was a bit disappointing. We come out a bit lacklustre, didn't we? Like we didn't get going again. It's important to keep that tempo going for the 90 minutes through the game, isn't it? But I think the first half was the best half I've seen for a while. I think in comparison to the Sheffield game, you know, like we come out of the blocks, we've done really well. And created some chances as well, didn't we, first half? Got the ball in the box, what we've been waiting to do. You know, Haller working hard. I think the second half we dropped off a bit. It didn't really work a lot, you know, off the ball. It's all right when he's got the ball, but off the ball we weren't really... You've got to help the team out.
His body language tonight wasn't great, but I'll tell you who did impress me when he came on, a Yeti. I thought the fight for the 5 minutes or so.
Yeah, he did, yeah, and I think a lot of that is more, isn't it? I think he obviously puts a good stead into him and instills a bit of confidence in him and that. I think we had some couple of good players today and all, didn't we? Zabaleta I thought was superb. I think, you know, we had Rice, Noble in the middle. Noble was very good first half. You know, even Diop, you know, good finish, good header. He needed that for a bit of confidence as well in him. Yeah, Snodgrass as well. I think, you know, delivery-wise, I think was superb. You know, it's nice to see us all getting the ball in the box and first available opportunities getting them in the box was good to see. So a bit unfortunate we didn't score more than one first half, but
I think we was an Antonio away from winning that game, if I'm honest.
Yeah, well, I said to the old man, I think Antonio or even Anderson, just for that more creative flair. I don't know what's wrong with Lanzini lately. I don't think he's been at the races for some weeks now, has he? So a surprise when Fornals went off and he was still on the pitch. I think Fornals was quiet, but maybe deserved to be on the pitch a little bit more than Lanzini. But yeah, I think the draw's a fair result. You know, Everton coming down, and I think it looked like a draw second half, didn't it? It looked like, you know, we were just winding down and nothing was being done with any urgency really. And you know, good to see Randolph back. You know, didn't really have a lot to do, did he? That one he parried out, I thought, here we go. That's another. That's a poor decision. But yeah, I think going forward, if we can keep building the confidence and keep, you know, not losing games, and I think a lot was being looked around us. You know, other scores coming in, you know, sort of half-time performances, and you know, I think Southampton losing was massive now, and it's to Wolves 2-0 up. You know, maybe a couple of other results. Watford got a good draw in the early one, so we've got to try and press on now. And we've got the FA Cup game now, isn't it? So
yeah, we've got a little bit of a break. FA Cup game. The only thing I would say, the window's open. We haven't done anything just yet. Well, there are still some positions that need, you know, we're very light on cover in midfield. We're very light on cover on the full-backs. We're very light on cover up front. I would say they need to be signing an half-decent striker to, you know, to give Haller a bit of competition, because, you know, I thought his body language today at times was of a man that's, you know, that's
not really
not confident and not interested.
Yeah, I think I say a few of the boys playing with a bit more confidence in him. I think we can get that confidence going in him, and maybe get, you know, when he gets the ball up front, you know, traps it well and holds it off well. You know, maybe goes down, draws a foul, wins a free kick, and then, you know, if we can get others into play, because he's good at that as well, and introducing others into play, but they didn't really seem to get close to him enough. So I think that's a major thing. But yeah, what are we now? 17th day of January, are we? 18th day of January. And yeah, quiet. I've heard the Barkley rumours, but I don't think Chelsea will let him go. That'd be a great acquisition. But like you say, I agree. I think we need a striker. Cover at the back's a bit low, isn't it? But it'll be interesting to see what we do now. We've got, what, a couple of weeks now to try and get a couple in. We need at least 2 or 3, I think, easy. I think Moores has even said we're looking at a couple. So hopefully we can, hopefully we can come in and strengthen.
Big talks this week, West Ham. Big week for West Ham. Obviously, there was a planned protest earlier, static protest. Yeah. What have you made of the comments by the owners this week? All 3 of them have come out and given interviews in certain aspects. What have you made of it all?
Yeah, they've all come out now. I think they've been quiet for a long time, and I think they've needed to come out and explain what's going on and what their views are and what they're trying to achieve, but they've done themselves no favours, have they? On all 3 of their interviews, none of them, you know, we're trying to do the best we can. We're working really hard behind the scenes. You know, 18th day of January, no signings. Bring in Randolph for $4 million. You probably got to do that. Keep her back up. But we've done nothing else. You know, like I say, if they want the best for the club, and they claim to be the supporters of the club, aside in Brady, I think she's Arsenal, isn't she? But I think when you support a team like we do and you claim to be supporters, we're the real supporters all out here, everyone here. You know, they don't, you know, I don't disagree with what they're trying to achieve in that static protest, but I think, you know, I don't think it could be heard a lot, really, you know, like the main aspects of it. Yeah, I think the majority are in it as one. I think the minority are obviously with the board. I think we're the majority going forward. You know, we don't agree with what they're doing. They haven't achieved what they've achieved. You know, David Gold turning around saying, you know, we we haven't done enough, or we're underachieving, or whatever. It is real broken promises. It's all well and good turning around saying, 7-year programme to be in the Champions League. That ain't really West Ham. West Ham is for the people, the supporters, the place. Barking Road, Upton Park's a shithole, but it's our shithole. Do you know what I mean? It's one of them. But this will never be. We've got to come here. It is a chore coming, but we've got to keep supporting the team. And as I've said, support the team, not the regime.
Well, the thing is, Marshy, the thing that I think, looking into all the interviews, the big question for me is the David Gold thing about this is still the best thing that's ever happened to the club. This is the reason why we're in the Premier League, Brady said. And ultimately, the promises that they made leaving Upton Park. And shouldn't have. They're not set in stone. They was our hopes and dreams rather than that. Yeah. Was that explained properly?
No, I don't think so. Like I say, all Gold come out and said was, wasn't it, that it weren't promises, it weren't set in stone, it weren't concrete, it weren't this, it weren't that.
It's a cop out, isn't it?
It's a cop out. It's excuses, isn't it? Excuse after excuse, like what Pellegrini used to be like. Lose a game. What excuse you got this week? What excuse you got that week? And fair play to Moyes, we seem to be picking up with that side of it. But with David Gold and Sullivan, they. Proprietor their own downfall. You can't turn around, other clubs may lay off a bit, but we're West Ham United, you can't do that here. Do you know what I mean? You can't turn around and say, look, this is what we want to do. You can achieve what you want to achieve, but go in a direction in order to do that. And what they're not doing is, it's all for the money that they're making out of the club. All this about they're not making money out of the club, I've read something about all the loan deals. They got 7 or 8% in every loan deal. Acquired about £41 million, I think, over the 10 years. They've been here 10 years tomorrow. What have we done? What have we done in that time? They've sold to Seoul. Yeah. They've sold the best place to us, our home, essentially. Yeah. I don't know. As I say, if you obviously know now that you can't achieve what you're trying to achieve. Why are you not parting with the money? The problem is, I think they'll pay the wages, but they won't stump up the transfer fee. Yeah. And that's a lot of the battle, and that's why they can't get the calibre of player that maybe we need. And in this league, as everyone knows, it is more of a business-run thing, and you've got to splash out if you want to do something. We're not top 6, we're not top 4. Champions League, we'll never get Champions League until you ain't got a brown hole in your arse. It's not what we do. But, we back the team, we support the club, we keep going, and that's all we can do. And, all this protesting stuff, I think they've got away with it today. I think on the basis that we haven't lost a game. People are saying if we lose the first goal, it's going to be trouble, there's going to be scenes. As opposed to having it outside the ground where not many people can see it. People maybe quite close to David Gold can see what's going on, close to the owners as a whole know what's going on. But I think to not as such promote it, but in a sense I guess I am in a case of saying the Burnley-esque thing, get people on the pitch. Because that was the only way. We lose 3-0 at home to Burnley. We had the mass exodus. We had people up with the director's box, the geezer in the centre circle with the corner flag. And that's the only way they spent the money. And it's disappointing to know that something like that has got to happen in order to spend money. But let's see what they can do. We've got, 2 weeks left to go in the window. So hopefully maybe a Barkley, but I don't think Chelsea will let him go. I haven't even seen a lot of... Have you seen any links?
No, not really, no.
I don't know what we're going to do. Like I say, it's obvious to see for the eye of the supporters, but the owners are watching the same game, or maybe they're not, as the case may be. But they know we've got to strengthen. They don't belong at this club. They're in the minority or with them for some reason. I'd like to meet some of these people that are bought in. Do you know what I mean? Just to ask a question and say, what do you think?
Millions, apparently.
Well, where are they then?
Well, yeah, you tell me.
Do you know what it is? I think they're overseas. I'll get a few people in my Twitter turning around going, yeah, but that's your opinion. Yeah, that is my opinion. You've got yours. Everyone's entitled to that. That's life in whatever situation you're in. But come out and explain why you are what you are, because the vast majority of us can't see it. So we're West Ham, they're West Ham London, they're all the corporate business side. If they can't take us to a level that they want to take us to, step aside. Yeah. And like I always say, if you're supporters of this football club, do the right thing. And when the first offer comes in, let's see what they're going to do. Let's see what they're really made of. So hopefully they fuck off. But until then, we've got to go through the motions, haven't we, and keep going, keep doing what we're doing and back the team.
Thank you. Cheers, Marshy.